So yeah, what are the commonest hand and wrist problems that you see in drummers, do you think?
Oh, easy. It's the most common perceived problem is probably the better question, because as you well know from your own experience, a lot of people perceive things very different to what they actually are.
Yeah.
Quite often, but the perceived one, it tends to be wrists.
Yeah.
I've got pains in my wrist or forearms.
Yeah.
Classic. It's all classic stuff.
And it's usually the extensor side of the forearm, isn't it? More than the flexor side?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think I shared with you last time we spoke the common technique issue that I alight upon 9 times out of 10 that causes most of these things. But
just go over that again with me again.
Well, that's where they're holding the stick at the front, pinching, and it causes this tension across the extent.
Yeah.
Here.
Instead of holding which way?
Sorry, say again. Well, I hold a.
Oh yes, they're gripping, and instead of loose like that. Yeah. Okay.
So the hold is at the back, right, which completely releases all the tension in the extent.
Yeah.
So but very often though that's what the perception is. Elbow down, elbow forward, basically. Oh, I got terrible problems. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of the time, actually, and I've done this many times, or I've found this many times, the problems come from the neck, which is then related to posture.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest challenges I have is getting the said drummer to recognize that perhaps what I'm suggesting is the problem is not what they are determined it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You must find this when people, if I say to somebody, no, the problem's in your neck, but the pain's in my hands, it's been there for years, always been there. I'm telling you, it's in your neck. Now, if you go and see a physio or whatever the relevant person is, they will tell you. The number of times I've had people come back and go, "No, you were right. It was in my neck." see, and it's kind of that's the sort of thing. But it's usually the manifestation is always, and there's obvious reasons for that, because where are they actually doing most of the physical work?
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't mean that's where the problem is, though, right? You know that. So
yeah, and what people can't see, because they rarely look at videos of themselves critically, even if they do have some videos of themselves, and that's unusual anyway, because the video doesn't usually spend a lot of time panning across the drummer. So
no, that's right. That's right.
A specific thing of that. So maybe putting some cameras on themselves and looking at themselves, they'd see what you're seeing. But because you've seen so many different drummers and you're attuned to those subtle differences. I had a violinist with me today in the clinic, and he was saying, "Do you think I'm playing with too much tension?" Absolutely no way of telling whether he's playing with too much tension, because I'm not a technique expert in that sort of way. So I refer him to his usual teacher, who seems to think that he is playing with too much tension, and it's a common theme. But your eyes get trained for these little things, don't they? And you can pick them up quickly when you're an expert. I can remember when I was learning to ski, how quickly skiing instructors could tell everything I was doing wrong. And unless you're a trained eye, you wouldn't see that.
But that's the key. It is the trained eye, and that's what helps.